Did you know your resume is more than just a document? It's your personal marketing tool, a snapshot of your professional journey. Let's explore how this living document can showcase your accomplishments and qualifications effectively. Getting started with your resume is the hardest part. The best way to start is to think about why you are creating your resume and who is your intended audience. Are you submitting this for a job or internship? Are you applying to go to grad school? Once you know your audience, reflect on what you have accomplished up to this point. Think on any degrees you have or are currently working on. Start by creating a list of all your experiences and qualifications throughout your career. Keep your resume focused on college experiences after sophomore year, unless high school experiences are uniquely relevant. Once farther into your career, keep your resume focused on experiences within the past 5 years. You should be able to describe what you did or accomplished in each experience in 3 to 4 bullet points. You will see more about this later in this video. If you are having difficulty with this, try looking at your current or previous job descriptions for that experience to help identify specific skills used or tasks completed. Avoid abbreviations and slang when describing your work. Abbreviations can be confusing for anyone not familiar with your experiences. Objective statements or about sections on a resume are not necessary, as you will want to focus more on the skills in each of your experiences. You will also not need to list your references on your resume, as they should have their own page. A well-organized resume typically includes several key sections that help showcase your qualifications and make a strong impression on potential employers. The header, contact information section is placed at the top of the resume and includes your name, phone number, email address, and sometimes a link to your LinkedIn profile or personal website. This ensures employers can quickly and easily reach you. And physical addresses are no longer needed on your resume. The Education and Honors section follows and provides a summary of your academic background, including the schools you've attended, the school's city and state, degrees earned, graduation dates, and any relevant honors or awards. Your highest degree should always be listed first in this section. If you are currently working towards a degree, list your anticipated graduation date by saying expected, followed by the month and year. You can also list your GPA in this section if it is above a 3.0. Other items you can include in this section are relevant coursework, projects, presentations, research, and study abroad experiences. This section demonstrates your educational achievements and signals your preparedness for professional roles. The experience sections are one of the most critical parts of the resume. These list your current and previous jobs or internships, highlighting your responsibilities, accomplishments, and skills developed in each role. This part of your resume can be organized based on your personal preference, especially with how you decide to organize the section headers. In this sample, you see we have a laboratory experience section, as the student is a biology major who is applying to laboratory-based jobs. You can create experience sections like counseling experience, human resources experience, corporate experience, nonprofit experience, and more based on the type of experiences you have and what you are trying to showcase. If you have several professional experiences that do not really fall into a specific category, you can title the section Professional Experience. Employers and graduate schools look here to assess how your current and past work aligns with their current needs. Finally, the Leadership and Involvement section showcases your extracurricular activities, volunteer work, or leadership positions in organizations both on and off campus. You will want to avoid generic skills sections. Instead, showcase your skills within bullet statements under your individual experiences. More to come on that in a minute. Together, these sections create a comprehensive picture of your abilities, helping you stand out as a well-rounded and capable candidate. Let's dive deeper into the experience section. There is an art to showcasing your experiences in a meaningful way that conveys your skills concisely. We call it the bullet point formula. The formula is skill verb plus how plus why. First, you want to know what skill you are writing about and trying to convey to an employer. Choose a verb that highlights that particular skill. There are many categories of skill verbs, including communication, helping, organizational, technical, and more. You can find a sample list of skill verbs on the Career Development Center website or in the Resources section on Handshake to get you started. If you are applying for a particular job, we recommend that you use the same skill verbs that appear in that job description. Please see our video on tailoring your resume to learn more about this. Once you have chosen your skill verb, Now you want to provide details on how you have put that skill into action and what your responsibilities were with that skill verb. Once you have provided detail, finish off the bullet points, explaining why you are highlighting the skill. The best way to do this is to show the result of your work or to quantify your experience by answering the question, how much or how many? For example, rather than just listing teamwork on your resume, say something like, collaborated with treatment team as needed to develop intervention strategies for patients. This bullet point still conveys teamwork, but it also shows how you took action with the skill verb collaborated, shows detail about what you did, and shows a result and impact. You should use the bullet point formula for every professional experience you describe on your resume, including jobs, internships, student teaching, clinicals, and job shadowing. You should also use the bullet point formula to describe your leadership and involvement experiences on and off campus, such as leadership roles, volunteer and service experiences, athletics, student organization involvement, Greek organizations, and more. Keep your resume concise, which means it should not be longer than 1 page during your undergraduate tenure. After graduation and gaining additional professional experiences, your document can grow onto a second page. But a resume should never be longer than 2 pages. Use a clean, readable font such as Times New Roman, Arial, or Calibri. Your font size should be no smaller than 10 point and no larger than 12 point. Use consistent formatting throughout your document. This means to check all spacing between sections and between the experiences within each section to ensure that all spacing is consistent throughout your document. Half-inch margins are recommended on your resume to conserve space and eliminate white space, but margins should be no smaller than ½ inch and no larger than 1 inch. Remember to proofread your resume multiple times to ensure proper grammar and spelling. It is best practice to also have someone else proofread your resume before you submit it anywhere. The Career Development Center is here to help you with this. Lastly, you should always save and submit your resume as a PDF with a professional file name, like first name, last name, resume. This preserves the formatting, ensuring it looks exactly as intended across different devices and platforms. This pie chart highlights the most common resume errors made by job seekers, offering insight into what employers frequently find problematic. The most significant issue, accounting for 34% of mistakes, is typos and grammatical errors. These types of errors suggest carelessness and can undermine a candidate's professionalism, making proofreading an essential step in resume preparation. The second most common mistake, at 22%, is including too much information. Overloading a resume with unnecessary or overly detailed content can overwhelm hiring managers and distract from key qualifications. 2 issues tie at 17% each: not listing experience in former roles and poor layout or design. Failing to describe past job responsibilities leaves gaps in understanding a candidate's background, while poor formatting or design can make a resume difficult to read and navigate. Another 7% of errors involve including too little information, which can raise questions about a candidate's qualifications due to vagueness. Finally, 3% of the errors fall into an other category, representing less common mistakes. Overall, the chart emphasizes the importance of clear, concise content and professional presentation in crafting an effective resume. In summary, a well-crafted resume is your marketing tool and key to career success. Start by building your resume using multiple categories, including a header, an education section, experience sections, and a leadership and involvement section. Next, tailor your resume for each job or experience you apply to and format it for success. Craft impactful bullet statements to highlight your skills and achievements. And be sure to take time to proofread your resume and have someone else review it before you submit it. Ready to create a standout resume? Download our Resume 101 handout and our resume sample to start crafting your professional story today. Reach out to your dedicated career advisor on Handshake to make an appointment to learn more about how to make your resume work for you.